Okay, today we're on the little Cub. It's a lightweight day. And there she sits, gleaming in the sun. Oh, a bit of a mark on there. So we're off to the MOT, which is 6 or 7 miles away in the next town. And let's check there's no traffic. That's okay then. Yes, I haven't been on the little C90 for a little while. Tended to use one of the electric bikes more than this bike. In fact, they've got a similar top speed. This is very vibratory in comparison. Yes, I'd sort of forgotten that you get the vibration through the seat on this little machine. It's still a charming little machine to ride though, and of course the great advantage over the electric bike is it can take a passenger, and it's got a longer range, but it doesn't have anywhere near the same kind of power. Although the electric bike does run out of speed at about the same level as this one. It's a lovely day today, quite warm and pleasant. So a little spin through the Cotswolds is not a bad way to spend a little bit of time. Haven't done very many miles since last year actually. The bikes tended to be in the back of the garage. But I must have a sort out. There's too much stuff kicking around, and maybe I should start thinking about unloading some of it. I wouldn't want to part with this little bike though. As I said before, the first proper bike I had, road legal, was one of these Cubs. 50cc pushrod C100, which was the very first one they had. Oh, there's the lady on her. Are you sure? Hello? He's lovely. Beautiful. Sorry about that. Whoops. What a beautiful horse. Anyone living out in the sticks a bit, as I do, doesn't need the highway code to be changed, because we're all very respectful of horse riders. Not that I am one. I have ridden a horse, but to be honest, I didn't enjoy it much. For the reasons you've just seen, they have a tendency to be a bit skittish, and I enjoy being out on a bike, because it does what I tell it to do. Yes, it's years ago since I sat on the back of a horse. Probably 50 years thinking about it. I was only a young chap at the time. Yes, I had a girlfriend back then, and she had a horse and persuaded me to have a go, but I wasn't any good at it. Funny, when I'm on this little lightweight, I tend to cruise even slower than I normally do. You know, I'm doing about 28 and it feels just fine. Although these bikes will cruise at 40 with, well, forever really. People go all around the world on these things at 40 miles an hour. I don't think I will ever do such a thing. But it's nice to get out on a different type of machine sometimes. Don't really need the screen on this lovely day, but I can't really see the point in taking screens off and on winter and summer. Well, at least not this one. It's a little bit more complicated than the average handlebar mounted screen. It's a very good one though. I think it's a Rickman. Bumps in the road. Yes, this will be the first MOT since I changed the rear shock absorbers. I put slightly longer ones on. I think they're from a 125, and it certainly does improve the two-up riding, no question. I think I said before that a lot of the Honda lightweights tended to be very soft and wallowy, possibly because of the roads in the third world when they first started to come out, which was of course in this, when was it? I'm not sure if it was in the early 50s, 60s rather. Certainly I had mine, I believe it was 1964, I think. And it was a revelation. You know, when you've been actually at the time when the Japanese machines started to come through, you realised how advanced they were. I mean, mine didn't have an electric start, but that was never a problem. Piece of cake to kick these little things over. The other thing is, I think it was just over 4 horsepower, and this one's only 5, so they didn't really increase the power output even on the C90. Well, not much anyway. A lovely mill building over on my left, which has been turned into flats. sorts of roadwork since I've been here last. What a surprise. Oh dear, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Stripping the road off for a new top. There's a 30 limit here, I didn't realise that. I'm doing about 35. I don't know how accurate this speedo is. It's not really a problem on a little lightweight. Right, well, we're coming into the local, well, one of the local towns. Not a town I come into all that often. Last time I came in it was nothing but roadworks, and doesn't seem to have changed a great deal. We'll be skirting around the outside, so hopefully we won't get embroiled in too much rubbish. Let's put the indicators on. Always have to get used to the indicators again on this bike because they're on the right hand side. Takes a little bit of getting used to. Quite a steep hill, this one.